What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So I've been doing 3 videos a day for the past few days, and I've been trying to do this because there's a lot of moving parts regarding the infrastructure package, the social infrastructure package, or what some are calling that stimulus package, and what government officials are actually saying. Now, if you are enjoying these 3 videos a day, please can you do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button. It just shows me that yes, you are enjoying these and I should continue to do them. Now, there's so many things going on right now. I'm trying to fill you in on all the different gaps that people aren't saying. That pretty much takes reading through the articles, watching the interviews, going through tweets, seeing exactly what our lawmakers are saying at this time, and trying to put it all together in an easy to understand format, which hopefully I do fairly well. Whether I do or not, honestly, I don't know, but hopefully I do. Now let's get into the update for this afternoon. What we know is we're getting closer to seeing these infrastructure deals go through. The $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure package, well, that one, according to a few, they're hoping to get this done by the end of this week. Well, a lot of people were questioning, well, is the end of the week Friday or is the end of the week Sunday? Well, here's what we know. According to one senator, they're expected to come out with this on Thursday, but some say Friday would be the latest. So some are expecting tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow should be a big day. Now, whether or not we see this tomorrow or Friday, honestly, I don't think it really matters. But multiple lawmakers say that they want to get this bill voted on, and this is from the Senate. Okay, this is from the Senate. The Senate wants to get this voted on before they leave for recess on August 6th. Now, August 6th is technically the last working day. However, they can work throughout the weekend, so they could work August 7th and possibly August 8th, and then they'd go on recess on August 9th. But just understand, at this point, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has stated the Senate does have a bunch of things to get through their session, and if he has to keep them in Washington a little bit longer, he will do so. So this doesn't mean that this bill is going to pass in or before August. This doesn't mean that. What this means is the Senate could potentially pass this. The Senate could agree on this, but the House is not expected to take this up until possibly September. So that's where we're going to see more and more issues. Is we may see the Senate pass some of these bills, but it doesn't mean it's going to pass through the House. It doesn't mean President Biden is going to be ready to sign it, because it is going to take a little bit longer. Now, the Democrat-only bill, I want to address this one. I want to address student loans. I want to address unemployment, and I want to address the child tax credits. Okay, I'm going to get to all that in today's video. First, the Democrat-only bill, or the budget reconciliation bill. This is going to be $3.5 trillion. We saw this late last night. I actually reported on this earlier this morning. If you didn't get a chance to go and watch that video, I will link to it down in the description box below. It will be the very first link. Here's what we know. What we are seeing is that there is a big push for a lot of different legislation in this package. However, here's some of the things that we are starting to see and get more reports on. Progressives, they want to see free meals for all children, all school-age children. This is any child between 0 and 18. They want to see all meals. This is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, this is a progressive priority. It doesn't have the support of the entire Democratic Party. So because of this, some moderates are saying that no, this is just too expensive and this will not be needed. So we'll have to see if this goes through or not. We know subsidized childcare is being included as well. Some say that paying for the right type of childcare, the best childcare that they can possibly get, is just too expensive. And so they just go and get something that they can find that is somewhat affordable. But I can tell you right now, I would not take my children to just the most affordable, right? Because it could cost you later on. Maybe it's more expensive to go to a certain other child care center, but they help educate your children with some type of preschool or whatever. Maybe they provide meals. Some of these things add up, and so subsidized childcare is being discussed as we speak. Progressives want to see cheaper prescription medication as well. This is something that Nancy Pelosi stated also, and she stated that if we can see cheaper medication through the Medicare system, the Medicare program, then we can expand it, and we can include vision, hearing, and dental. But as of right now, and we do understand or do know that at this time, Medicare is most likely going to be expanded, but as far as lowering the eligibility age from 65 down to 60, that's not currently being discussed. We also are hearing immigration reform, but here's the issue with this. And this is what we saw in the last one, the American Rescue Plan as well, is that things that do not pertain to the federal budget, these things will be pulled out by the Senate parliamentarian, or the Senate parliamentarian will say, this doesn't affect the federal budget, and so she's just going to say, we need to pull this out. Well, we know that the Democrats can actually override her decision, but multiple senators, and including Senator Kamala Harris, they don't plan on overriding the Senate parliamentarian. So chances are whatever Elizabeth McDonough says is what's going to happen. So immigration reform is being discussed, but the problem there is if the Senate parliamentarian is going to pull it out anyway, why waste the time of the Senate trying to discuss this and negotiate this deal? It might just be pointless to begin with. So we will see as we move a little bit forward. Now, senators are arguing as to how to pay for this bill. Most people have no clue whether or not this bill will be paid for. We don't even have the Congressional Budget Office score. They haven't came out and given this a score yet because, for one, it's not a bill. They're still trying to figure out what is in it and how much is it going to cost. Once they have all that stuff, then yes, they can give this a score. But until that happens, it's just not going to be the case. So we do know Senator Murphy says that we should just borrow the money to fund this bill. So just go into more of a deficit spending. So we'll see if that happens. Senator Joe Manchin says the bill must be fully funded before he will even support it. Then we have Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, where he states that there are options on the table that could fully fund the bill if need be. So there are options all around, whether or not we see this bill fully funded, whether or not we see this bill, we go into a deficit to fund this bill. Well, that's really up in the air at this point, but the good news is there are discussions as to how this bill is going to come about. Now, just yesterday, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, he told his caucus to somewhat toe the line and keep their powder dry. Keep the powder dry was his exact statement. So essentially, he is telling them to stop saying that they won't support this infrastructure package if this or that is not included in it. He just wants to get this bill done. He does not want to give Republicans more fuel to their fire. So today, Senator Joe Manchin, he had this to say, and I quote, I said I'm concerned about inflation, and I said I want to see more of the details of what's going on. I'm concerned also about maintaining the energy independence the United States of America has, and with that, you cannot be moving toward eliminating the fossil fuel. So that was his statement. So reading this statement, he says, I'm concerned about maintaining the energy independence of the United States of America. And with that, you cannot be moving toward eliminating the fossil fuel. Well, that's essentially what President Biden and the Democratic Party want to do, or at least, the Biden administration. Well, this is where things get very tricky. Is Senator Joe Manchin, is he saying that if we are starting to eliminate the fossil fuel, is he not going to support this bill? And if this is the case, how many more are leaning along that side as well? And this is where there turns into more and more issues. And this is exactly what Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer stated was, just toe the line and keep your powder dry. He wants people to be ready to vote, be ready to support this bill, because this is exactly what the president wants. Well, we'll see if that actually happens. Now, let's get into something else that is going to be in this bill. The extension of the child tax credit payments. This will be in this bill. This is something that many people are arguing that, yes, this is a good priority. This is something that the American people need. This is something that family and children deserve. What we are seeing is that 39 million families are about to receive this child tax credit payment that comes out tomorrow. This is going to go to about 65 million children. That's quite a bit of children. With this, people that are going to get this payment, the IRS says these payments will be sent out tomorrow. I want to bring this little fact to you. The IRS, when they say the payments are going to be sent out, they seriously mean the payments will be sent out. It does not mean they will clear your bank account. I want to be 100% clear with this. A lot of people are looking at the payments coming tomorrow as, okay, payment comes tomorrow, I can start spending the money, right? Perfect. That's if they come tomorrow. chances are they will be sent to your bank account. But if it's anything like the stimulus checks, the unemployment income, the unemployment income, checks, the unemployment, income refunds, right? Or even a refund check. In most banks, in most cases, you get something like maybe a 2 to 3 day hold where it's pending for 2 to 3 days before you can actually spend the money. If this is the case, you will not have the money tomorrow. Chances are you would have it sometime Sunday or possibly on Monday. So just keep that in mind. Some are expecting to see a pending payment tomorrow, but first just understand the money might not be available. It might be pending. It might show that your balance or your expected balance is so and so, but your actual balance is a little bit less. So just understand it could take a few days. Now, let's address the $300 per week unemployment benefits. What we know is these benefits were passed under the American Rescue Plan. Okay, this is your American Rescue Package. This was passed back by the Biden administration back on March 11th. Well, this was originally supposed to last until September 6th. We originally saw this was going to last until the last week, or until the end of August. However, senators decided at the very last second to extend this 1 week because they didn't want to be coming back to Washington and then see that, okay, we're coming back and, well, all these people are off unemployment benefits and there's nothing we can do because, well, we're still on recess. Well, here's the funny thing. We know that September 6th is actually a Monday. September 6th is a Monday. It's the first Monday of September. Here's the problem. The Senate doesn't come back to Washington until September 13th. Okay? September 13th is the day they come back to Washington. Meaning that it doesn't matter that they extended it 1 week because they will still be on recess for 1 week longer. So essentially it did them absolutely no good. Yes, it provided more assistance to the American people, but the problem is 26 Republican states, they actually decided to cancel unemployment benefits. It's actually 25 Republican states and 1 Democratic state. They decided to cancel unemployment benefits a little bit early. The 1 Democratic state decided to cancel benefits in order to take that money and be able to provide additional assistance and increase the unemployment benefits for the rest of the year, right? To increase it just entirely. So they're using this money, this federal money, to actually increase their benefit moving forward. That's incredible. That's a huge deal. That's just 1 Democratic state. Well, the other states, there's actually reports right now that many of these states are being sued. Studies have shown that people are staying at home as opposed to going back to work because the income is higher, right? We know this, we've seen this, but this is not illegal. And I want to bring this up to you guys because many are saying, well, shouldn't that be illegal? It shouldn't be, because this is exactly what is written in President Biden's stimulus package, in the American Rescue Plan, is people can stay at home and collect unemployment benefits, and it's not illegal. They can do this. However, states do have the right to go and cancel this benefit. Now, on the flip side, not everybody is staying home collecting more money staying on unemployment. That's not everybody. What we are seeing right now is some actually can't find a job that would suit their particular skill set. And because of this, they are staying at home and trying to either improve their skills or find a job that meets exactly what their skill set is. So we will see. Hopefully everybody finds a job. Hopefully unemployment goes to 0. That would be incredible. I doubt it will. I doubt it ever would. But that would be a huge, huge boost. We know both Maryland and Indiana were both sued, and they actually both lost their lawsuits. So both of them are going to restart their payments right away. But other than that, Oklahoma, Ohio, and Texas are all being sued right now as well. But we don't have any update as to where they are going and how soon we'll get an update on this as well. So as I get any more information there, I promise I'll fill you in on those details. Now let's get into student debt relief. We keep hearing more and more lawmakers are pushing for this. Over the past few days, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren have not really been pushing too hard for student loan forgiveness. And here's the reason why. There's other things that are taking priority. What we know is that there is no student debt forgiveness included into this infrastructure package. We know that there are multiple lawmakers that are just urging President Biden and the Biden administration to extend the student loan payment forbearance program until March of 2022. Whether this happens or not, we just don't know at this time. But if it's going to happen, it would most likely happen, according to some, sometime in September. So we'll see. We also know in this infrastructure package, in this what Democrats are proposing, there's no student debt forgiveness. There's no stimulus checks of $1,400, $1,000, $600, or even $2,000. There's nothing. There's no stimulus checks. And I bring this to your attention because right now, some are saying, some are saying that they are actually very disappointed in the Democratic Party because they hold all the power and they are providing a disappointing bill. So that's not great. There's also no unemployment extension in this infrastructure package either. So there's no student debt relief, there's no stimulus checks, there's no extension to the unemployment income benefits. Well, there's child tax credits. Well, there's other things. There's potentially nutrition assistance in here. Well, this is turning into a big issue. Some experts are saying that the American people need additional money. They were looking at this infrastructure package as something that would hopefully give them the relief and assistance that they need. But the problem is, at this time, there's no additional relief in this for the American people. So some are saying Democrats are going to fall woefully short when it comes to keeping control of the House and the Senate in the upcoming midterm elections. And lastly, today the White House said they will be holding a meeting with local officials. I think this is going to happen next week. I believe it's next week. I think it's July 21st or 22nd. They'll be holding a meeting with local officials to help stave off an eviction crisis and get more rental money out the door. What we know at this time is that many states are struggling to get their rental assistance funding out the door to the American people because they have very strict requirements or very tough guidelines. So some are saying that the only way they will get anything done is if the White House steps in and requires states to pay more money, get the money out the door quicker, or just accept all their applicants at this time. So we will see what happens, but as I know more, I promise I will share more. Just wanted to fill you in on this kind of mid-afternoon update so that you understand exactly what is going on with infrastructure, stimulus, and everything in between. If you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Just want to thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.